and it usually costs you $500. How much are you making per person? $500 per person. And if you can do that because you're well connected in Brazil. You speak Portuguese. Why doesn't Al just say, "Why I'm going to bypass the middleman, I'm going to sell rooms to Brazilians"? You don't know anybody and you speak Portuguese? No. So it works for you because this is a market that you can't tap. You've got to have someone that knows the market, that speaks the language. And that's what Tomas does. There's a guy who's a very good friend of mine. His name was Hernan. This literally happened to him. He came down to Orlando in the 80s. He did not have a pot to piss in, which means he was very, very poor. He was basically borrowing money from his family to live. He set up this exact thing I'm talking about. He went to Disney, he went to the local hoteliers, he went to the airlines and did this exact thing. Within 5 years, he was a millionaire. Now he's a multi-millionaire, simply because he followed this business plan. He literally started with nothing, but because he was from Sao Paulo, Brazil, and people wanted to come to Disney World, he went back there, put all these packages together, and brought people in and made tons of money. He said at one point he couldn't count the money fast enough. Isn't that pretty awesome? So I say to all of you, and this is my dream one day, and I had this guy from Puerto Rico who was in this class, not this class, but about 15 years ago. He said, "Holy cow, that's what I want to do. That's me. I know everybody in Puerto Rico. I know how to sell travel. I did it down there." And so, I don't know where he is now, but I'm hoping he's like a multi-millionaire. And one day he's going to walk in my office door and say, "You know what, Professor Smith, you gave me the idea. Here's a $10 million check." And then I'm out of here, guys. Right? Drop the mic, and I'm out. And he might come through this door right now and give me a $10 million check. And I would say, "Bye, see you later." Professor Min will be your professor for the rest of the semester. Right? But isn't that kind of cool? And this is, when we talk about hospitality and businesses and entrepreneurship, there are hundreds of good ideas out there just waiting to be discovered. And if you're an entrepreneur, you need to think like that. How can I make money off of this? All right? And one of the ways is to do a wholesaler. I've got any skiers in here? Snow skiers? Really? Okay. Did you ever buy a package? Guess who you went through? A wholesaler. The lift tickets, the stay, the airline, they were all included in the package, right? That's exactly what they wholesale. They go to all the suppliers, all the people that you went to, and they say, "Give me deep discounts. I'm going to turn around, sell a package, and sell it to you." And it would probably make you sick if you knew the difference between what you paid and what they paid. It was probably about 50%. So if it was a $1,000 package, if you did it all yourself, well, you couldn't do it all yourself because you don't have the relationship with those people. But if you did, you'd probably get it for $500. Okay? All right. How are we doing? Don't worry about that. Okay. So, why do people travel? The most current numbers, anecdotally, are 20% of it is business travel, 70% of it is leisure, and 10% of it is other. I've been teaching this class for a long time. I don't know what other is. Maybe funerals, right? Because it's not business, and it's not leisure, it's not really for fun. I don't know what's in this. But the message here is, where's all the money? Leisure by far. Leisure by far. Business travel is still significant, but leisure travel is the lion's share of the reasons why people travel. Okay? So let's talk about business travel. First of all, here's a term you should know if you've taken economics. Inelastic. Does anybody know elasticity, elastic, and inelastic? What's inelastic, in your own words?
Inelastic is kind of like gasoline, where you will always need it and you'll always want to buy it. So regardless of what the price is, people are still going to buy gasoline.
Excellent. It means basically the price can fluctuate, but the demand rarely fluctuates. Yeah, that's a great one. Gasoline. Gasoline goes up, gasoline goes down. Most people say, ah, damn, gas went up, and then they pump the same amount they've been pumping in there for a while. Why do you think business travel is inelastic? Meaning, prices go up in hotels, prices go down. Pretty much it remains constant, the demand.
The employees aren't paying for it.
Employees aren't paying for it. Excellent. Right? $200 for a hotel room, $300 for a hotel room. It's all the same to me. It's not my money. It's Olivia's. Right? Excellent. Anything else? In fact, I have I used to run a sales department. And I ran a sales department in good times and bad times. And when bad times came, do you think I cut back on my travel? No, what did I do? Increase my travel. Why?
Make more money.
I need more sales. Excellent. If times are bad, we got to be selling even harder, which means we have to be out there more. And so, if it's elastic, I would say it actually goes, as the economy tanks, salespeople should be traveling more to get the business. But we call it inelastic, which means price will have little effect on demand. Okay? So if you're a hotel that caters to business travelers versus leisure travelers, do you think you have a different sales strategy? Always. Because you're right, the people who are making the travel decisions, it's not their money out of their pockets, so they're not as price sensitive. It's also non-seasonal, which is good, which means it's constant. Slows down a little bit in the summer, but overall, business travel remains fairly constant. Leisure travel, on the other hand, is the exact opposite. Very much elastic. Demand will rise or fall depending on the price, and I would even add to that the state of the economy. And I've been in the business a long time, and not only do people not travel when the economy is bad, they also cut back travel when they don't feel good about the economy. In other words, all the numbers may be great, but they're still nervous because some analyst somewhere says, oh, we're heading for a recession. But all the current numbers say things are great. It's consumer confidence. I'm convinced that consumers will travel based on not the actual numbers, but how they feel about the economy. And I basically go back to mom or dad has a job and the economy's going south. They may not have a job in 6 months. So should we take that money and blow it on a vacation? Or maybe hold it in the bank in case I lose my job? That's what it boils down to. Okay? And when times are good, people spend money like crazy on travel. When times are bad, they don't. Now, here's something interesting though. Do you think people cut out vacations altogether? No, why not?
Families, always do like holidays.
Okay, families, holidays.
You're having a bad time, that doesn't mean that everybody's having a bad time around the world. So.
You both are right. I think it goes a little bit further. If you go back 50, 60 years ago, vacations were considered A bonus. A luxury. Excellent. A bonus or a luxury. Times are good, you took them. If times are bad, you didn't take them. That's not the case anymore. I think everybody now says we're entitled to some type of leisure vacation. If times are bad, we'll cut back. And maybe in the past we traveled to Europe. This year we won't travel to Europe. Maybe we'll go to Disney World. Yeah, no, it's a sacrifice. Or maybe we used to go to Disney World for 7 days. Now maybe we'll only do a long weekend. So this is actually good, I think, in many ways, because even in tough economic times, people feel entitled to, hey, I work hard, I deserve some type of leisure vacation. Even if it's just a quick trip down to Disney. Right? So we feel entitled to a vacation. In some European countries, if you are unemployment, they will pay you to go on vacation. Because unemployment, they're paying for you to search for a job. If you haven't found a job in a year, they'll say, take 2 weeks off and go on vacation and come back. I know. That's pretty entitled, right? Everyone's entitled to a vacation. So, all right. So, leisure travel, right? The lion's share, 70%. In the future, based upon what we're talking about, is it going to increase or decrease? Why? Because the slide says, why will the leisure travel increase? I gave away my answer. But you are right. It will increase for several reasons that you should probably know. People are living longer. It's simple. 60 years ago, if you turned 55, you retired and sat on the front porch in your rocking chair. You were old. You didn't travel. My gosh, I'm old. I can't travel. Now,